Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Morning, Faisal. How are you? Morning, Jamie. Where was I? Right, let me just zoom in on my reference picture so I know whereabouts I'm going to go next. Okay. This goes here. This goes up here. Let's take away this. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I failed miserably at connections this morning. I could kind of see what one grouping was, but couldn't get all four, and just utterly flamed out on that. Trying to hold this desk steady. It gets a bit wonky sometimes when I'm in this, when I've raised it up to do the standing desk. Yeah, what else is new? Flamed out badly on connections. Jack's got a day off school today. It is teacher training day, so we didn't have to do the school run. That's nice. Sometimes I feel like he's hardly been there. Right, so this comes down here. Morning, Hayley. How are you? carries on straight here. And then starts to where that comes down here. That's still going straight. Okay. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Just sort of trying to look at this fur. It's long. It seems to be longer fur here, and it just suddenly curls up. But it's very light. It's quite dark there. So, have you guys solved connections then this morning? Have you been able to do it? I kind of knew the grouping that had butcher in it, and I kept getting 3 of them, but for some reason never got the 4th, because I was thinking something else that was connected to butcher and the other words, and I'd got the connection wrong, so that's why I couldn't grasp the 4th, which was really, really annoying. I'm just thinking with that's a little bit darker here, maybe I just need to balance that over here. I can stay a little bit lighter because it's got the light on that side of the face, but you haven't started it. I'll give it a go. Right, now this dark bit of the ear here is going to have lots of dark hair sort of showing through this lighter hair, but I can't do that until I put the ear in, so I think I'm just going to have to put up with this bit here for now. As an English teacher, I should have got at least one. Well, yes. I mean, hang on, let me bring it up. I did get the tell a lie, I did get one grouping. I'm just looking now, but I can't tell you which one that is because you've not done it yet, so I did get one grouping. Got to remember as well, I do connections the second I wake up. Once I've got my cup of tea and my brekkie, the first thing I do is I look at connections, and my brain is just waking up. You've done it. Well done. Right, now I just need to look at this section here. This has the loose hair that goes in there. What colour? I got the one in green. I don't want to give it away what the grouping is in case there's someone that hasn't done it yet. Not getting the yellow one is criminal. Oh god, what was the yellow one? I've got to go back and look up my phone. Hang on. Yes. It was because I thought that two of the words in the yellow section belonged to a different section. Because I could make a connection in a different way, and so that's what I thought. I don't know, it's just all excuses. It's all excuses at the end of the day. Now I need on this section here, which is quite in shadow, isn't it? So Tell you what, I could do with a cup of tea. Do you think if I text Nick, he'll bring me one? The tea fairy is slacking. I'm gonna text him. Oh, hello, what's this? Right, okay. Could I please have a cup of tea? Thanks. There we go. Right, so this section here is quite pink. Let me think. This section here is sort of pinky brown. Let me just raise this picture. So up to about here is where we have the pinky. faint pencil line in there needs to go. Right, next bit. Sharp pencil. Draw the tea fairy. Oh dear. Right, hang on one sec. Let me grab me a scrap paper. Tea fairy. Okay, so how to show can't think how the shirt looks he's got on today. It's like a checked shirt. I can hear his footsteps coming up the stairs. I have to tell him I'm drawing him now. They're making me draw the tea fairy, so could you just stand there so I can see what you look like?
You mean after all these years you don't know what I look like?
No, I'm just trying to look at... I don't need chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I like.
They've seen that.
Picture of me.
The drawing that he got done.
See you later.
Thank you, Nick. Jeans. He's gone again now. Let me move this slightly over here. So we have beard. being very kind by giving him a dark beard because it's mostly silver. Smiling. Glasses. Oh, he needs an ear. Trying to think how to draw his hair. God, he's going to tell me off. Let's put T. There we go. Tea Fairy Nick. And Jamie asked for that one, didn't he? There we go. Tea Fairy done. Look, he brought me chocolate. This is really, really nice chocolate. Look, it's vegan, gluten, dairy, egg, and nuts free. But it is the most it's like a Cadbury's caramel. So nice. But I shan't eat that because I've got my tea. He needs wings because he's a fairy. Oh, hang on then. Hang on. Let me stick some wings. Looks like he's just got a giant X behind him at the moment. Can't think what other patterning you might have. There we go. And if we do like little, might look like he's flying. There you go. I'll show him later. Hang on, I need to have a slurp of my tea. One day I'll have to get him to try and draw me. We'll see what happens. does not look like a tooth. Chesnick has spoken. It does not look like a tooth. Because Becca asked him. Using the exact language of, but does it look like? We know it's not, but does it look like? And he said, no. So you're wrong. Hate to break it to you, Jamie. We can't all be wrong. Four different people back in your case. Are these real people or? To the best of my knowledge they are, but how does anyone know if they're truly real? Exactly. I think therefore I am. We could all be in the Matrix, that is true. I'd like to think though that if I was in the Matrix, someone would have upgraded me by now. Got rid of this dodgy ankle. I feel sure I would have accumulated enough XP by now to have upgraded my ankle. Right, okay, so where's my darks here? Oh, hang on, I've misplaced a pencil. There we go. The dodgy ankle is for a reason. Stops you moving about too much so you can stop and write and draw. Maybe. So you're saying I'm being hobbled on purpose? Is that what you're saying? So I'm just trying to think what colour would be best to do this background here. I think if I go for... no, not that one. Let's go for cold grey first of all. Purple. There is some purple up at the top, and I will be layering that in very, very lightly, the same as I did with the other ear, but not just yet. Let's just run that over that pencil mark. And come down over the pink so that it blends in. Another sip of tea. What weather has everybody got today? It looks kind of a bit grey and overcast here. It was nice to take Rosie out for a walk yesterday and not come back absolutely sweltering. Yeah, it seems like we've all got it done. Did get my invite yesterday to book a COVID jab. And it was just like really annoying. It came through on, first it came through as an email, and I was like, it was like, click this link to book your COVID. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to, because this is probably a con sort of thing. But I went to my NHS app on my phone and noticed that there was a message there saying you can book your COVID jab, and it was the exact same message. So I was like, oh, okay. So I did it through the app rather than through the email and booked my jab. And it's not until the end of the month. But once I'd booked it, it said on the booking form that when I turn up, I will have to provide proof that I am entitled to a jab, with either a letter from my doctor's surgery confirming that I am at risk from a compromised immune system. And I was like, well, no, a letter's going to cost me 15 quid or 30 quid or whatever it is these days. I thought, no, you sent me an email with an invite, so that is going to have to be my justification. So I've kept the email. And if they refuse me when I get there, then I will not be a happy bunny, but it's like, you sent out the invite to me. So surely I wouldn't have been able to have booked it if I didn't have that invite in the first place, right? I just find it really annoying. Right, so up here is all quite dark. Let me just see, this comes down here. Another sip of tea. I tell you, yesterday I was really late putting the my Inktober offering out into the world, and I wasn't really happy with it at all. It was just a very simple circle, a wheel of fortune from a tarot card. I tried drawing a dragon on a pile of coins, and I wasn't happy with the dragon. And then when I tried to draw a huge amount of coins underneath it, it was just taking absolutely forever. So I erased the whole lot. And then I was really cross because I'd erased an awful lot of work, and I ended up just going for something like really simple in the end, because I was just like so fed up. And I think you can tell by the drawing, it was almost like I put no effort into it whatsoever, and I'm really annoyed with myself about that. But I mean, I have got my idea for today, which is the prompt is wander, Wander. I've got that one sketched out, so I'll be able to do that one, but I'm wondering if it's the pressure of coming up with something every day and having to sort of fit it into my timetable. And I know Inktober do a 52 weeks of the year one where you just have to create one drawing per week, and I think that would give me more time to choose something, do a pre-sketch, research the prompt, do a variety of sketches, do some final line art, and then go in with the ink, which is generally my process. And trying to do that every single day for me, because I want to be able to do something quite detailed each time, and obviously yesterday was not detailed at all, and so I hated it. And so I'm wondering if I ought to do the 52 weeks a year one, so that gives me a week to do everything. I haven't quite decided. I'm really quite annoyed at myself for yesterday's offering. I really need to get this a lot darker now, don't I? You liked yesterday's, it was simple, but at least you put something up. I think this challenge is more about consistency and doing it rather than it being the best thing you've ever drawn every day. Yeah, I mean, I know that logically in my head, that it is about showing up and producing something every day. But the perfectionist part of me that I struggle with is like, not letting me off so easily. I mean, I really did not want to share that piece yesterday. I did not. I was like, I'm not going to post it. And then sort of Becca came into my room where I was sat at the desk drawing, and she was like, have you done your Inktober thing? I've not seen anything posted. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get anything out today. And then I felt guilty, because I think when you're doing like Inktober, there's a public expectation that you've made a commitment into doing something, and once I've made a commitment to something, I don't like to give up. And I think that's sometimes what I hate with my writing sometimes, because I'm like, I'll write a scene, and perhaps it's a scene that I've been stuck on for quite a long time, and I just feel like it's not quite right, it's not working out how I want it to work out, I'm not getting the feeling right in this scene to provoke enough emotion in the reader. But sometimes I'll just write it and just think, oh, that'll do, at least it's something, it's better than nothing, that'll do. And then I feel really bad with myself because I've taken this that'll do attitude with it, and it's like, it shouldn't be a that'll do attitude, it should be trying your hardest every single time. And that is the voice that I have in my head. Psychologist would have a field day with me. There was stuff in my childhood that I won't ever tell you guys, but it's just the reverberations of it exist even now, even though I tell myself that that stuff was put in your head that shouldn't have been put in your head. Sorry, I didn't mean that to come out as if I'm looking for sympathy. I mean, I'm not looking for sympathy or anything. I'm just sort of trying to explain where the mentality was coming from, if that makes sense. But thank you for the love. I think that's why when I had my children, I was like, the only thing I want them to really sort of grow up with the knowledge of is that it doesn't matter if you're not perfect at something. It doesn't matter if you fail at something. What matters is that you try. And if you know that you've put in some effort and you're happy with what you've put out, then that's what matters if you're happy. And that's what I sort of tried to tell them. I didn't want them to feel that they had to be perfect. Just try. That's all I told them that they had to do. As long as you've tried, I'm happy. And as long as you're happy too, that's all that matters. Lots of like little, like a lot of stippling in here. This bit here is quite dark as well. So yeah, all of that to say that I will feel happier about today's offering because I've already got it sort of sketched out. I sketched it out last night, and I'll be happier about putting this one out. Right, now where is my a little bit of pink here. And I need a little bit of my violet. There you go, there's the purple. I'm only putting a really light shading of this purple in because it's a real sort of purpley grey, pink, brown concoction in this ear that is just being really, really light with it. Do I like some little tell you what I watched on TV yesterday, and I ended up watching the whole 4 episodes. I literally just binge watched it, and it was shocking. It was it was a perfect rendition of a space and time, a society in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and it was called The Reckoning, and it was a documentary on Jimmy Savile. Well, not a documentary, it was more of a dramatization actually, but they interspersed it with clips from his actual real life and showed how he was able to sort of prey on kids and young girls and young boys in the craziest of places, and how he got away with it, because oh, you're watching it too. Yeah, it's shocking, because it was almost like he didn't hide what he was doing. He kept telling people, this is who I am. And women weren't listened to, children weren't listened to, or it was just that time where in the 60s and the 70s, if you were being abused, you didn't speak up about it, especially if you were a woman. And, you sort of kept quiet because the shame of it kept you quiet, and you knew you wouldn't be believed, if they were like... It was just, I finished watching it last night, and I mean, he was really an odious man. I mean, I never liked him as a child. I remember watching Jim will Fix It, and I said to Nick that I never liked him as a person. Even then, I used to think that he was horrible. I just felt he was very slimy, and I didn't like him as a child. But I watched the show because I wanted to see what kids were wishing for, what he was going to give them their dream, whether it was swimming with dolphins or whatever. I wanted to see what kids were asking for and what their experiences were like when they got those experiences granted to them. So I used to watch it because of that. And you watch the dramatization, and you see him in that show, and you know what he was doing behind the scenes, and it was just like, oh my God. The fact the BBC put it on knowing full well they were the one letting him get away with it is so infuriating. Well, exactly, yeah, because it's on BBC iPlayer, and there's this scene in it where I think it's in the late 60s, I'm thinking, where he was just like a DJ, like a disc jockey, and he gets offered the chance to front this new programme that the BBC are doing called Top of the Pops. And he's in like this interview right at the very beginning, and there's two men in there with him and a woman who is like the head of music, and the men are practically fawning all over themselves because they want to sort of get him on the show and think that he'll be the right person to front this show. And after Jimmy Savile leaves the room, they sort of say to everybody, well, what did you think? And the woman is the only one who sort of stands up and says, I would not touch that man with a 10-foot barge pole. There's something about him. There's something dark about him. It's going to be, if you make this decision, it's going to be bad. It's going to come back on us for some reason. I don't know what it is, but because there was no evidence, it was just, it's men being men sort of thing. She was ignored, and it's like she knew right from the very beginning there was something about him. But because he was who he was, it was, no, we want this show to be popular. He's really popular in like Leeds and Manchester. He's got the youth on his side and everything. And it was like, oh my God. And the fact that he was given his own set of keys to Broadmoor, a mental hospital where there was vulnerable people, and even being a porter at Stoke Mandeville Hospital, it was just... I mean, I knew he was into kids and young girls and everything, but this one scene where there's a lady of like 76 who has passed, and they're taking the body to the morgue, and that scene really shocked me because I hadn't realised that about him. And it was, Steve Coogan does an amazing job. The impression that he did, I could just imagine when they offered him that role that he must have been like, well, you're not going to show me doing anything to any kids. Obviously, this is going to be filmed. Right, okay, we're going to fade out. We're going to fade to black when those moments happen. But he portrays Jimmy Savile so well. But, I was really, really shocked by that show. You'll have to tell me what you think, Jamie, when you get to the end of the 4th episode. The fact that he got away with it, it was just... I mean, I knew he got away with it. I knew that he died without ever being brought to reckoning. But that whole relationship with his mother as well, who he called the Duchess, I mean, there was something a bit dodgy there as well, when Emily idolised that woman in some way. And they were more close on his side than her side, than they should have been, I think. I think there was probably something a bit dodgy going off there. But oh my god, what a show. Right, okay, so I think that's where I'm going to have to leave it today, because I realise I've run over a little bit, but that's okay. But if you get the chance, if you do get BBC iPlayer, wherever you live, it is definitely worth a watch, just to be aware of what happened and how it happened. It was a bit weird how in one episode she hated him and in the next she loves him and is hugging him. Yeah, I think it was because she went to see the priest in the confessional, didn't she? And she was confessing, because they were Roman Catholic, she was confessing in the confessional box, saying that she didn't love him because she sensed that there was a darkness in him. And the priest was like, well, have you seen him do anything? And she was like, no. And he says, well, then you need to love your child. And I think she tried to make herself love him. But, yeah. Anyway, not that I like to end a stream talking about paedophiles, but there we go. It is an amazing show. It's an eye-opening show. It's a show that makes you think. And if you get the chance to watch it, then I wholeheartedly recommend it. So there we go. So, right, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I think tomorrow I will finish off this ear, hopefully. And then obviously on Friday we will have the birdie. The birdie blue, which I think we've called him, or her. So there we go. So thanks for joining me today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I might play a bit of Valorant later if I get time. If I do, I might pop on here as well. But we shall see. It depends how the rest of my day goes. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for sure. Bye.